Alright, producer to producer. Have you ever felt that your beats are good and you're getting better at making beats, but something is still missing? Like that missing piece that really shows that that beat is you. I've been in that exact situation, and it can be so frustrating to feel like you're not even really drawn to your own work. And I remember that felt like I was unsuccessful, even though I knew that I was getting better at making beats. And the thing is that we're at a point now where just having good beats and having good loops isn't cutting it to finding that true success as a producer. A lot of people have great beats and great loops. Better than me, better than you. And even though this might seem worrisome, it can actually be blessing in disguise. Finding your sound as a producer, what separates you from the crowd, is also the key to finding success as a producer and making your best creative work. In this video, I'll be going over step by step how you can start to discover your own sound, and at the same time, I'll be making a beat to showcase my own process of finding my sound. Let's get into it. Alright, so we're in FL here, but before we start cooking up, the first step/tip that I have for you is to follow what you want to hear, or to trust yourself while you're making music. So have you ever been making a beat and then you do something, you go to a new preset or you tweak something, and that kind of catches your ear and you kind of catch a groove to it and you're like, that's pretty good. But then you just end up skipping what caught your ear and then going forward with what you originally went for because it's not the direction that you thought of going with the beat. I think that as producers, we second guess ourselves a lot when we're creating because we think too hard about what makes the most sense in a beat. Like, we all want our beats to get sold, our loops to get used, we all want to get placements. So it's completely normal to think about your beats in terms of how others will like them, but this can actually hinder your true ability of discovering your own sound and making music that genuinely comes from you. Have you ever watched the beat breakdowns of hit songs and realized that almost all these beats were produced in 10 minutes or less? This is because the producer was just following the flow of what they felt. They weren't second guessing themselves or trying to analyze what would make the most sense in the beat. They just trusted themselves. And trusting yourself and what you genuinely like is going to be what separates you from all the other producers that are in the world. So I'm an Omnisphere and I got this sound here. I'm not even gonna put that in the piano roll, I'm just gonna record that. Like, weird as fuck, but I like it. Like, a lot of times when I'm creating, when I have beat block, I'll have like this feeling like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And that can actually kind of help me to figure out what I like the most because I'm not really in that condition of choosing sounds that I think are gonna sound good. I'm just choosing whatever the hell I want. I'm hearing a pattern. Dun, 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 dun. But I kind of also want it to be a little bit off too, so the delay kind of hits in a weird way. Let's hit Analog Lab. Let's hit it. Let's punch it. Let's annihilate Analog Lab. I like that bass. Let's see what it sounds like with halftime or chorus on it. Prime example. I did not mean, I was trying to scroll down and I accidentally hit this preset. I'm gonna do some experimentation with this. You know what time it is. I didn't mean to have the shaper box on it again, but that also sounds fire. We have two sections, one with the double shaper box and one with just one. We'll route both of these to the same channel. They're on the EQ. A solid foundation, just keep adding on. So I'm gonna use this key from Omnisphere to kind of set the foundation with the melody. And I'll actually kind of get into why so many producers use like low piano notes to like set the foundations for their melodies and their beats and why that's so popular right now. I like whatever this is. I've never used a vocoder before, but we're gonna try it, I think. Oh. A little weird. Come close to me. Now, I just personally love adding layers into my melodies, like different textures and just ear candy pretty much, so that's what I'm gonna add now. Alright, check the sample we got. Oh, hey, we got a sponsor for this video. So this is the E7L desk from FlexiSpot. I did a video showcasing one of their chairs a few months ago, and this is different from most desks because it's a standing desk. So pretty much with one press of a button, you can either work sitting or standing. I just know that after making beats, even for just like an hour or two, I need to get up and move around, and this allows you to do that without interrupting your workflow, especially when you're locked in on something. And as for the quality of this thing, I think it's just better if I show y'all. So it supports over 300 pounds, so anything from speakers to MIDI keyboards to people. This desk won't have a problem holding it. The sturdiness and stability is pretty much perfect too. There's no wobbling at all. I mean, like, this thing would give an earthquake a pretty good challenge to move it. One thing I really like is that it's sensitive to any objects in its way while it's moving. So if you just have like a wire or some object in the way while it's moving, it'll stop instead of just going through and destroying everything in its path. And overall, I really like this L-shaped model because there's just a lot of space to put anything that you need to, which is great for producers who have, you know, keyboards, an interface, speakers, decor, etc. FlexiSpot is having a Black Friday sale right now. So if you're interested in this, just click the first link in the description below, and you can get this desk and any other products like home appliances from them for a discount. And for an extra special thanks, use the code shown right here to get an additional $50 off your desk. Let's get back into the video. So the second step is to surround yourself with people who make the music that you want to make. These people that you aspire to be like, study their creation process. What tactics do they use when they create? And then implement those tactics that they use into your own music to create. So for example, I've personally always loved Metro Boomin's production. I especially love like his melodies, his like simplicity, but his beats are always evolving too. And he uses respaces a lot to solidify his melodies and to add like breakdowns within the beat. And I can use that same process of wanting to create a breakdown in a beat or to solidify a melody by using a similar sound or using a sound that can do something like that. And that's why I think a lot of producers especially like using low piano notes in their melodies and their beats, because it like solidifies your melody. And then also when you have breakdowns within your beats, you know, it keeps the melody full, so it's not just kind of boring, so it doesn't sound like flat when there's a breakdown, if that makes sense. But I know that like back in 2016, when the rise of like dark trap beats was really getting towards its peak, Metro, Southside, you know, TM88, all the like 808 Mafia guys, all of them were using Reese's and like low notes in their samples and their beats. And I think that's a big reason to why we have the low piano notes and why we use a lot of low notes in today's music. Pretty much when you study those that you aspire to be like, you start to understand their thought processes, and then you can start to implement those to now create your own music based on what you like. So I could study producers like Metro, Southside, Pyrex Rippa, Cardo Got Wings, like some of my favorite producers, and analyze what their thought processes are with their music, and then I can apply all of their different processes to my music when I'm creating. And then as I'm creating, my brain will start to filter out what I like and what I don't like. And constantly doing that and then filtering out can actually help you create your own thought process when it comes to making music. Just gonna get the root notes with the 808s. check the drum pattern. Definitely hitting like that Southside vibe too. And the last step that I have for you for finding your own sound is realizing that your success is based on you and not others. I think that's overall just kind of a good concept to keep throughout life. If you only base your success around external factors like how many people like the beat that you posted, or how many placements you have, how many subscribers you have, you'll only make music and work with the purpose of pleasing others and these external factors. And you'll never truly feel satisfied with what you put out because it didn't really come from you. It came from the same people that you wanted to go to, because in your mind, these people are what define your success. So if you made a beat where you pushed your creative boundaries and fully trusted yourself to come out with something that you genuinely love, something that truly showcases who you are, then to me, that's true success. Like if you ever did that and then posted it, it could get 5 likes. It doesn't even matter. You are still successful because deep down, you know what went into this creation, and you know that you pushed yourself and you stay true to yourself. So before we mix and lay out the full beat, to recap, stay true to yourself, follow what you want to hear, and trust your own sound. Number 2, surround yourself with those you aspire to be like. Number 3, realize that your success is based on you, not others. I think that as long as you strive to be better and are willing to put the work in to make yourself a better person than who you were yesterday, in my mind, that is success no matter what point you are in life right now. Just kind of keep that rule of thumb in mind, because throughout your producing journey, throughout your journey in life, like there's going to be so many ups and downs. There's going to be so many times where you feel like you're so far behind, or you'll just compare yourself to others that seem so much farther ahead than you, and you like put all this weight on yourself. But realize that if you just take it step by step and realize that your success is based internally and not externally, then I think you'll be a lot happier and you'll produce music that you genuinely love. So real quick, let me mix and lay this beat out, and then let's listen to it together. All right, we got the full beat here. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. If you guys did enjoy or got some value from this video, it'd mean a lot to me if you guys liked and subscribed and commented. I also post like educational and entertaining content on Instagram and TikTok as well. My Instagram is @ProdLucent and my TikTok is Lucent. But that wraps it up for me. Let's take a listen to the beat. That wraps it up for me. I'm out.